And we are now recording, and we're going to record. Here we go. It's the Mike Tech Show, show number 819. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, Mike Smith. Thank you very much for downloading and subscribing to the show. Please visit the main website at miketechshow.com. You can email questions and suggestions for show topics at miketechshow@gmail.com. Please visit the YouTube page for all videos. It's youtube.com/MichaelSmithMTS. This show is brought to you by Instant House Call, robust remote support for IT pros and MSPs, providing unattended and on-demand remote access. Try it free by clicking on the link at my website on the left-hand side at miketechshow.com. Don't forget to use the promo code MikeTechShow for your free 15-day trial. This show is also brought to you by MagnusBox, the best online backup service for your clients. They offer Office 365 backup. It works across all the platforms, Linux, Windows, Mac. Check it out for their free trial at magnusbox.com, and you will get the same features as paying partners. And remember, they only support partners. They do not sell direct to the end user. They're HIPAA compliant. Every employee goes through HIPAA training. And if you mention you heard it on the Mike Tech Show, you receive free white labeling for your company, and you get 50% off the platform fee for your first 3 months. You got to try them out. I can't even imagine having any of my biggest clients. They're all on online backup with MagnusBox. You've heard me talk about the recovery. It's when there's a disaster. Their tech support is phenomenal. They get back to you right away. Mike, Seth, and the crew do a tremendous job. All right. So, couldn't do the show Thursday night because I had so much work, and I had a cough that was just, keeping me down on Thursday, and I had to keep moving. So I figured, hey, I got nothing scheduled on Saturday. Let me reschedule for Saturday afternoon. And I had already missed the following week because my son was in town, son number 2, my middle son, Ryan. We had a great time at the festival, the Innings Festival last weekend. We've seen a lot of groups, and the weather just kicked our butt. It was hot, humid, and it was very difficult to get shade. Now, Saturday killed us, and we just, thank gosh, stayed hydrated. We drank a tremendous amount of water, and that was a good thing. Sunday was better because there was a breeze. And a quick story on Saturday. Saturday was, I guess, about 1 o'clock. There was a little cloud that covered the sun just for a minute, and that drew an applause. That's how hot. So it was the humidity, and the humidity was lower on Sunday, and that breeze just made it, we were able to get through. And then Phillies spring training game on Tuesday, had a great time. So intermixing, spending time with my son, a tremendous amount of work, and there you go, that's the week. So what are we going to talk about today? I got stories from the trenches I'm going to lead off with. I have Apple Universal Control. Got to talk about that for a couple minutes. Multi-gig fiber. My ISP is going to 2 gig up and down. We live in a 1 gig world. How am I going to handle that? Going to help you out. How do you get a human for tech support? I got a great website. How do you find duplicates? AllDup. And something that came up at the end of the last show, Tim in the chat had an add-in to your browser called WikiWand. God, I love it. It really does a great job of reformatting Wikipedia pages. So here we go. Let's get started. first had a client yesterday that their Comcast email got hacked, and my son jumped right on it, helped her out, and he sent me an email after this and said, Dad, there were a ton of email filters after we reset her password. So this is a reminder, and I can't stress enough, and I want to bring this up. If you know your email's been compromised, or your clients or someone, resetting the password's not enough. You need to look at all of the inbox rules and filters for that email client, because that's what the bots change when they compromise email. So you got to clear out those filters. It might be blocking email, it might be forwarding it back to a different email address or redirecting it. It's going to do something bad. So always do a deep dive, checking the filters, and that's what this is a reminder of. Need some help for everybody who's got multiple devices. I have a client that has been using the Harmony remote to consolidate all of his remote controls and devices. And I don't think they're making this one anymore. And it like works off and on, and we've reset it, redid it. What are you using or recommending for a great remote control that can consolidate all the remotes? Now, I used to use that, but I have simplified everything now to just the Fire Stick and my TV, and they're all Samsungs. And my Samsung controller, I use sort of as a universal controller to control everything. Now, my client, I may try to do that, but he's got a lot of different devices hooked up through his Marantz receiver. So something else I'm looking into, I downloaded the manual for the Marantz, haven't done that in a while, and I'm looking, maybe I can take advantage of that remote and get everything programmed. But we want to keep it simple, have him be able to switch through all the devices and be able to work everything from one remote. What are you doing about that? That would be awesome. So hit me up, MikeTechShow@gmail.com. Outlook fix. This was an intermittent problem a client had, and I was doing everything, all of my great Outlook tips and tricks, doing the quick repair, doing the full repair. Nope. Was not stopping this. His intermittent problem, every now and then when he would add an email to the Outlook would crash. The event logs just said Outlook crashed on a particular DLL, and Googling that didn't give me any real help. I completely uninstalled Office 365. Just uninstalled it, rebooted the system, completely reinstalled Office 365, downloading it from his Microsoft account. So he has a business 365, downloaded that, and he has never had the problem since. Very strange. It had all of the updates. I started in safe mode. No, it still would crash. That means when you start Outlook in safe mode, none of the add-ins are loaded. So that's always a good test. You open up the run on Windows, type outlook.exe /safe, and what you'll do is you'll get Outlook starting where it suppresses all the add-ins. So remember, if that does solve your problem, it's an add-in. And then you got to go back, load normal, and then untick and uncheck each add-in one at a time till you determine the culprit. I'll tell you another trick, and I looked at this, and none of them had been updated. Go to the apps section of Windows, sort the apps by install date, and see if an add-in or something had a problem. That might have been updated the last day or two or that day, and look for that first as the possible culprit. So Now, Thursday, 3 proposals that I had to get out. So Thursday night, and really working on the proposals, editing them, getting all the hardware pricing, and Friday submitting the quotes for 3 really big opportunities. And really glad to see that, with lots of workstations and servers. Very, very nice. Haven't seen big opportunities like that. And there are some big companies moving to new locations and needing IT help. And they're all referrals that were from word of mouth. And hopefully, knock wood, they will happen. And I am very positive. So if that's the case, the next few months we're going to be pretty busy. Not that we're busy now and love it. Couldn't be happier. And the workload is enjoyable when you love what you're doing. And I love what I'm doing. My son loves what he's doing, helping. And we're having a good time, and we're helping our clients. So life is good right now. Let's hope it continues that way. All right. Here's something. And it's continuing into Monday. So we get a call yesterday from a client who changed their internet provider and did not tell us. Now, they're not a retainer client, but still, we do a lot of work for them. How do you not tell your IT support that you're changing your ISP? Of course, when they changed the ISP, nothing worked. So my son goes out there. They have the wrong router. So he's going to be back out there Monday morning and get the business up and running for their internet. And I don't know why the client bought their own router with coax, and it's Ethernet coming there. So of course it won't work. So I don't get it. Not only did they go out and try to buy equipment on their own, but the ISP didn't help them. Very strange, and we will save the day, get everything running. All right, to the topics for today. Universal control. What is that? In the Apple ecosystem, it's where I can have my MacBook up, have my iPad on, and seamlessly, when they're both turned on, they connect, and you're able to use my mouse and control my iPad. Oh, yeah. Yes. So that is cool, and I've been looking forward to that. And the first link for tonight is this universal control, everything you need to know, and this is Mac Rumors. And what is it? You can seamlessly go from multiple devices. There's a nice video on how it works, and you have to have the Mac OS X 12.3. And this is what forced me to upgrade my iPad to 15.4. Now, if you're upgrading your Apple devices, I have another link, because not all updates are equal for all devices. As a matter of fact, because of some of the issues of 15.4, I will not update my iPhone yet until it's like 15.4.1. But I did my iPad. My iPad's always my guinea pig. So I need it to be able to just test this out, because it's just so cool. Because I am in an Apple ecosystem here. As I look at my desk, I have an iPad Pro. I have my iPhone 12 Pro, I believe. I have the EarPods Pro, and I have my Apple Watch that I got for Christmas. So clearly I'm in an Apple world. And There's also a list on the website here on what devices are compatible so you can do universal control. And if I had an iMac here, which I do back in Pennsylvania, and I'm not going to be able to use that because that 27-inch iMac cannot go any further with its operating system. And I really hate that Apple suppresses some of their older devices to be able to upgrade, because that 27-inch is in mint condition and it's running great, and I'm not going to be able to use it. But here's a picture that I'm showing of someone with on their MacBook controlling the iMac and their iPad. So that is pretty cool. Someone asked in the chat, can you use the mouse on your iPhone though? No, but I have a Bluetooth keyboard that I have in Pennsylvania, and it has 3 buttons. It's a beautiful little portable Logitech Bluetooth keyboard, and there's 3 Bluetooth buttons, and I have them programmed to work with my Windows system, my iMac. Oh, no, excuse me, not the Windows. I have another device that goes between Windows and my Mac. My iPad, my iMac, and my iPhone. And I just hit a button, and if the phone's nearby, I can use the keyboard for the phone. And that's pretty cool. So, and that, of course, has no limitation on what OS. You just need Bluetooth. The rest of this website for this link, all of the items that you need to customize. And once you do this one time, it works flawlessly. And I can attest to that because I did it. Okay, next link. 10 problems that occur with iOS 15 and how to fix them. There's installation problems, battery life, Bluetooth problems, Wi-Fi problems. Now, remember, this isn't everybody. Cellular data problems, FaceTime problems, app problems, random reboots, visual voicemail problems, GPS problems. Yeah. This is a great link that I think is worthy of having. Even if you live in an Android world, you may know someone that's got an iPad or an iPhone problem. This is all iPhone issues. And I was reading about some 15.4 issues that I just don't want to take the chance right now. So review this, take a look for your particular problem. They give you some suggestions on what to do. And I thought it was definitely worthy of bringing up. You got to be careful. The iPhone, in the early days, I think did more testing than they do now. And it's like Windows and Microsoft. Microsoft, they don't do enough testing, and they roll out the updates. We're just sheep running their operating systems, and we become guinea pigs to their updates, and it's a horrible, horrible mess. So I just wanted to review a couple of those things. So now, what I want to cover is my ISP is advertising they support 2 gig up and down now. I have Frontier Fios, and I have 1 gig up and down. And we live in a 1 gig world. My network adapters in every device I have are all 1 gig. My switches, my router, it's all 1 gig ports. Well, how am I going to get 2 gig? So I want to review the hidden costs of multi-gigabit fiber internet. And it's interesting that I was reading this article at the same time I'm thinking, how am I going to get 2 gig going in my house here in Florida? And what if Verizon in Pennsylvania does this? Well, what's it going to do to me? And in the March PC World, they actually cover this, but I disagree with some of their recommendations. So my take on this is a modified, what do you do? So what are the hidden costs? Well, certainly if they're bringing 2 gig to the house, they have to have a router that does 2 gig, right? You wouldn't be able to get past 2 gig through. So there must be a port on the router to deliver multi-gig to the rest of the network. And I don't know what router they're using. I have to have this conversation with Frontier before I pull the trigger, because this is going to base what I'm going to be purchasing. Well, there's a couple products, and I started looking at it. If I need a router, the Asus RT-AX89X, that's one that does a multiple gig. This is interesting. If I'm going to go 2 gig, I got to be ready for 10 gig. So that's how we need to think. So a network adapter for my computer that supports 10 gig fiber, and the fiber is SFP plus. So a 10 gig SFP plus card is around $100. Okay, not bad. $100 for the card. I'm going to need a 15 meter or close to 49.21 foot fiber cable that's going to have to wrap around my room here to actually connect to my PC under the desk. That's another $25. Now, there are switches that if I need to deliver multiple gig to the house, then there's a QNAP 6-port 10 gig, and I'm going to display this. It's a 6-port 10 gig ports, and you see there's 2 10 gig ports and 4 of 2.5 gig. So this, and it's not even in stock right now. So there's no price, and I'm showing this on from Amazon, and it's a QNAP, and you're looking at, let me see all the buying options here. So there are some places where you can get them. They're like $237, $215, the different prices. So you're looking at $200 to $250 if you need a switch to deliver to multiple systems. Now, where I'm at here in Florida, I only need my one system. I do not need multiple computers that's going to be multi-gig. So I have it a little easier if the router gives me a 2 gig port that Frontier can provide, then I just need to go fiber from there. Hopefully there's a fiber port. If not, then hopefully Cat 6, I'll be able to do the 2 gig and be able to run, the cable and get the proper card for my system. But I wanted to get everybody thinking, yeah, multi-gig is wonderful, but look at the hardware changes you're going to have to make. And I wanted to bring that out. You're looking at the router, you're looking at the switch, and you're looking at network cards and fiber. And it's not as cheap as 1 gig world, but we are moving to 10 gig. And I know right now I have no clients with 10 gig. They're just not big enough, and there's no need, but boy, it's going to be happening. And as a matter of fact, one of the proposals we were looking at, there's 2 network closets, and my biggest question was, do we got to go multi-gig in linking the 2 network closets? And today the answer is no. But what I wanted to make sure is whatever network switches we're going to put in today, at least has the capability of multi-gig. So especially in an office between 2 network closets, 1 gig may not cut it. So we want to put in place a switch that has the capacity down the road unless it's cost prohibitive. So just wanted to bring that up. I thought a cool topic that hopefully you're in a position that you got to worry about multi-gig for your house. Miracle Worker in the chat. It's kind of interesting. We were chatting before the show, and he only has 4 meg down, and here I am talking about 10 gig. So it's all relative. So I came across a website that I absolutely have to share. So right now I'm pasting it in the chat. It will be, of course, in the show notes. And you need to take a look at gethuman.com. And what we're going to do is I'm going to type Verizon. I don't even know. Verizon Fios. So this will give you the phone numbers and a current wait time, 38 minutes. Wow. So let's go back and let's pick something like Apple to get a human. And current wait time, 25 minutes. And how to skip waiting on hold. Their hours, the 800 number. Very cool. So check this out. Get a human. And I think this is a website worthy of absolutely keeping, because I am so tired of not having the right number to get to a person. Maybe they don't even list the phone number. Check that out. I think that's very cool. Another link for a utility, AllDup, and I have the link for the download. AllDup finds duplicates. And I thought, wow, this is really cool. I have the English download because I think it's a German company. And AllDup, I tested it out. I was playing with it. It is very, very nice, finding duplicates on your system. And they have a portable edition, which I love, for duplicate file finder. I always run into clients that ask me, how do I get rid of the duplicates? And it's a freeware license, so check that out. It's very, very cool. Final link, and you know what? We'll save emails to next week, to Thursday night. Tim in the chat said, do you use WikiWand? It's an extension for the browser. And I'm like, no, I don't. WikiWand will, if you go to Wikipedia and you type, let's go wikipedia.com, and let's say I'm going to, kind of sad day in the music world. The Foo Fighters drummer passed away last night. So I'm going to just search on the Foo Fighters. Now, if you don't have this extension, your page is going to look very different. It completely redesigns the presentation of Wikipedia into a very gorgeous, organized layout of the topic. It's amazing. It's a great little add-in, and it's called WikiWand. And I thank Tim from the last show, in the post show in the chat, he mentioned WikiWand, and I'd never heard of it. And I'm like, wow, that is very, very cool. So check that out and download it. And of course, the links will all be in the show notes. So that's it for today. I think I threw enough at you, and I'll tell you, there is so much out there and to take advantage of, and I'm constantly making notes when I run into something, and I build the content for the show each week on everything that I'm experiencing. If it's a great link or a utility or just solutions that my son and I run into with the business. and I love sharing them. And if you run into something that you haven't heard on the show, email me, MikeTechShow@gmail.com, and I'll check it out and include it on the next show. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to support the sponsors: Instant House Call, all your remote access needs; Magnus Box, all your backup needs; and of course, Fabs Auto Backup. And we just had to use this literally twice yesterday. Fabs Auto Backup Pro allows you to copy all your settings and data and transfer them from one system to another, from one drive to another. It works across multiple versions of Windows. That has saved us so many times. And of course, the link is in the show notes. That is it for today. Don't forget, check out our Discord forums. Link is in the show notes. When you sign up, and it's free, just introduce yourself so you can get elevated privileges to access all the forums. And we do that to stop the bots. So this way we know you're human. That's why we want you to introduce yourself. That's it. Hopefully see you back here Thursday night, same time, same channel. Bye-bye, everybody.